Welcome to Bits and Bones, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mortheous, and with me tonight we have Sam, Joe, and Tim. And for the first time ever tonight, we are co-streaming on YouTube as well.
Howdy.
Howdy,
Let's go.
Yeah, good to be here. I'm trying to figure out right now if there's a way I can multi-stream this to the Whitfield report, but let's continue on.
That would be cool. How are you gentlemen tonight?
Doing all right. How about you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I'm doing well.
And also, I want to apologize to you gentlemen and the audience for last week's absence. I had a tree knock out my power.
Yeah, that's always fun when weather stuff happens.
But yeah, first stream on YouTube. Woohoo!
Yeah, I had a yeah, it's really interesting. I just want to touch on this. It seems like everyone is now being like allowed back on YouTube, which is both awesome but also somewhat chaotic. So
That is for sure. And honestly, I'm extremely surprised how easy it was to connect YouTube to Rumble. Far easier than connecting Kick to Rumble.
oh yeah. Also yeah, also like it's easier actually connecting it to Rumble to YouTube than it was like connecting OBS to YouTube the last time I did it that way.
Nice.
But anywho,
we've got quite a bit to talk about this week. First thing that I wanted to talk about is GTA 6 being delayed until November 19th, 2026.
oh no! Who could possibly have foreseen this?
Except for probably everybody, because I think what this comes down to is the changing climate of a lot of things. Again, mostly as a result of Trump being elected. So we're trying to figure out how woke we can make video games after Trump.
I mean, so I didn't talk with you about this before the show, but did any of you happen to see Lex Friedman's interview with Dan Hauser?
I heard about it, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
I haven't seen the full interview, but I've seen clips of it, and basically what I can, and I am going to watch the whole thing and probably do a short bit of it on the Whitfield report this coming week, but yeah, Rockstar without Dan. I know people like to crap on him for some stuff, but he really was like the main creative force in there, even during, even at the peak. And I think a lot of people forget that. And
yeah, definitely they forget about it.
He made a remark like, well, there were no sacred cows.
At least there shouldn't be.
When I was at Rockstar, and so I'm not saying Dan Hauser's based. Don't misunderstand. Like, I'm not saying that, but I think Rockstar is trying to go in a much more. They're trying to go in a different direction than Dan wanted to, and
Right.
I don't.
They're definitely not the no sacred cows company anymore. They're definitely, at least from what I'm hearing, is they're trying to tiptoe around certain topics and go full bore with others.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to really benefit them all that much because
With this how balls to the wall the GTA games have been in the past, when you're splitting hairs and going hard on one group of people and not on another, that's going to cause some issues with your fan base.
yeah, and like I know that Gen Z loves to talk at GTA Online and whatnot. Well, I've never played GTA Online because I'm not paying for a PSN online subscription or for Xbox or whatnot. So GTA to me has always been a single player story experience. And in the GTA that I grew up with, look, the thing both GTA and Red Dead are both story driven and they're very satirical.
That
So
and I will always consider Vice City the best GTA, but maybe that's just me.
no, I love GTA as well. Part of that is my love for the 80s aesthetic just in general. But yeah, Vice City is a masterpiece. But point being is GTA for me will always be a single player, story franchise. I don't care how much money um GTA Online or even Red Dead Online makes for the company. I've never cared about that experience. So,
Unfortunately, the companies do care about that, and GTA Online makes dirty, dirty fucking money.
yeah, well they've completely abandoned Red Dead Online, which that's the other thing that Dan Houser said in his interview. He said that Red Dead, of all the games he made, Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2 are his favorite games. And coincidentally, those, I mean, I know Mortheous at least knows me well enough to know that Red Dead 1 and 2 are also two of my all-time favorite games, in addition to the
I
next.
haven't played the first one, but Red Dead 2, I absolutely freaking love.
If oh, I would definitely pick up Red Dead 1 if you get the chance, more, especially since I think the remaster is out on PC now.
Nice. Definitely gonna have to do that.
And it's, Red Dead 2 is a prequel, so you're not.
Before I pick up the remaster, did the remaster butcher the original, or should I go find the original?
No, when I mean remaster, all it is like a literal graphical upscale. It's literally the same game,
All
just
right,
made
good
for
deal.
like more
Oh,
modern
that's
hardware.
excellent.
Yeah, it's a, it's a,
Well,
it
the
was
remaster should be.
It was a little pricier, like, it was $40 at launch um, on PlayStation, which some people thought was bad for a game that came out in 2011, but I've you know what? I've played it. I'll play those games over and over again, so, like, for me, it's worth the money.
Right.
So,
And still, even at 40, it's not the quote unquote normal standard price of 70 or 80 these days. So 40 bucks is acceptable.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, like, my whole thing with GTA 6 being delayed um, is I'm not surprised. If it comes out and it's somewhat affordable, I'll buy it, but if it's
It's a
$100,
$100 game.
if it really is $100 game, then fuck it. I'm not
I agree. If it comes out at $100, I will definitely be waiting until it's on sale,
Yeah,
even if it's a year and a half after the fact.
yeah, I've never been a GTA, like, day one. I mean, I like GTA, but I've never been one of those fanboys where I think it's the greatest game franchise of all time.
Not even close. I'll say it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Well, you're Halo dad, so you gotta say that.
Yeah, but
even it
there's many other games that are better than fucking GTA.
even
I
it
I always
Even
really liked True Crime. I always liked True Crime Streets of LA of just how hokey and crazy it was.
yeah. Even if they were to make Red Dead Redemption 3, I mean, that is a franchise I love and that Rockstar does, but even if that were to come out at, like, $100, I wouldn't do it. So,
I wouldn't buy Witcher 4 at $100. What's that telling you?
yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I think Dan Houser, like, he seemed sad about the direction GTA, uh or not that GTA, but rather Rockstar as a company is heading, without directly saying it. So, that should say something.
It definitely says something when founder is sad about the direction of his baby when he has to step down.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also doing his own game studio, which I don't wanna say is an indie thing, but it kind of is, I guess, just with, like
More of like a double A.
yeah, well, he people are like, "Oh, well, he's not an indie because because he's a millionaire," and I just wanna point out, like, yeah, he might be a millionaire, but, like, he may have fuck you money, but he's still investing and making something new, which I think it's really cool, and, like, that's what entrepreneurs should do.
I agree.
So, more power to him, I think, but yeah.
Unfortunately, GTA 6 isn't the only game that's been delayed this week. We also have uh, Skydance Games, Marvel 1943, the Rise of Hydra, also delayed.
Yeah.
Fully realized the vision for the game, where made the decision to shift our release window beyond early 2026. Here we don't actually get a release date, and as we can see Good Brother Nash uh, disappointed in this particular uh, pushback.
Yeah, I saw that.
I had to highlight Good Brother Nash.
Well, he makes a good point in that, like, they they shouldn't they shouldn't announce stuff like that before they're ready. So
I did see that tweet from him the other day.
and I mean, I agree, but, like, also, like, that's what Remedy did with, that's what they've done for, like, the past 5 years with the Max Payne remakes.
Right.
So
And unfortunately, whether we like it or not, there's this thing called the marketing cycle that companies kind of need.
oh, yeah. I've believe me, even with the books, like, I that's what I've learned. So, yeah, but yeah. We should have maybe just made this, I mean, part of the title of the episode is delayed, but maybe we should have just made the episode title delayed or something. So, but yeah, and I'm even seeing that, like, Wolverine might be delayed, which one shock me.
I would not be surprised, honestly.
I will probably take off myself from the camera just because since we are on YouTube, I don't want us to be like off, even though it's like been a brief moment since I've been smoking this thing. Also, I don't condone it sometimes, but you know, an occasional cigar is always good just to relax and have a good day. So
As far as that goes, Tim, I think as long as it's a legal substance that you're smoking, it's fine.
Yeah.
well,
You
I
guys
understand.
it's
are smoking
Colorado,
it.
so I mean, either way.
Right.
Cringe Coffee House is in the chat
Oi, oi!
as well.
Test these nuts. Hey, Max, sit and spin. Or you can jump on because you've got the link too.
Yeah, Max, you can come on.
That's what she said.
Oh Jesus, you guys.
Hey,
We will never be mature.
That's the truth.
besides, it's never fun being mature. Like even though like we're mature in our whole lives, you know, we have to go ahead and go to work. We have to go ahead and pay taxes. Like maturity is just only for like weirdos and people who think that they're much more better than they really are.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, too many game delays for my liking. Although indie games don't have that problem mostly.
Yeah, and they actually have a nice fair price.
Imagine that. But anyway, more. What else have you got for us?
Actually, I got some tabletop news.
Go ahead.
All right, so I guess there was like a Star Wars Battle of Hoth game that came out. That's only for like for like a 2-player game, and it's kind of like a Risk kind of game, but it's kind of cool. It looks neat. Not neat for like $60, but you know, maybe you might actually get a couple good times to play it. You know,
$60 for a table. I mean,
I mean it's very detailed at that though.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't play tabletop games that much, but I suppose the audience, like anything, will pay for it. So
Yeah, I agree. But I know a lot of people really, really do enjoy Star Wars, and like Star Wars is like one of those things that like really get people all fired up. And besides, there's like a lot of tabletop stuff with Star Wars that's going on. Like,
oh yeah, well, Star Wars was one of the first like franchises that got not into just tabletops but into video games.
Star Wars D6 was awesome. I remember the Fantasy Flight games, like Star Wars RPG, is really really good, and I would recommend it. I mean, it's defunct, but I mean, like the like some of like the expanded stuff, like the expansions and everything like that, are actually really good to the lore. And if you really like the old school like expanded universe stuff, I'd recommend it.
Oh yeah, well Shadows of the Empire was like one of the first like video game. It wasn't like it wasn't like a direct movie adaptation, but it was like one of the first video games to like expand upon the movies. As I always say, like Shadows of the Empire, that was the sequel trilogy that like we deserved, not what we got in 2015. So
I mean, I will say, like, Rogue One, it did have a good, like, it had a good primer. It was like Space Vietnam. It was pretty dope.
yeah, but like
Then it turned to shit.
yeah, that's kind of my point. Is like post Return of the Jedi, Star Wars, the like in the mid '80s, '90s, and 2000s, like that whole expanded universe. There was like 2 decades, almost 3 of like just pure awesome like content.
I agree. And also, like, I will say the Genny Tartakovsky, like, short animation for, like, Star Wars The Clone Wars was awesome. And I would recommend anybody watch that. It's practically free on YouTube.
Yeah, I am. You are a nerd after my own heart, Tim, because very few people, when they think of Clone Wars, they think of the 3D series, which is also good, but I prefer the Gandhi Tartakovsky Clone Wars. So
It's the
Let's continue
petition
with
choice.
more gaming bad news.
alrighty,
Mass layoffs at Square Enix, both in the U.S. And the U.K. Over 100 employees have reportedly been impacted after it shares plans to have AI handle 70% of its quality assurance and
Huh?
debugging. So that's a lot of.
Ugh.
yeah.
I mean,
That,
we all knew they were shifting to AI, but this is really fucked.
Well, and I know it's going to be, like, even probably worse. Because, like, whether you like it or not, AI is good, but at the same time, like, it's not going to go ahead and see what a human eye sees or how a human eye, like, works around. Like, sometimes it'll take, like, what a
Right.
person does, but at the same
And,
time,
and
like,
like any tool, it can be used for good or evil.
mhm.
the thing with AI is it requires so much prompting to like get it to do what you want. Even now with like Grok 4 and GTP 5, it still requires so much prompting that you might as well, for coding specifically, you might as well just code the thing.
No, I agree.
Right.
So
Several laid off employees confirmed the news on social media. Uh, we are reorganizing our operations in North America and Europe to strengthen our development structure and to drive globally integrated marketing strategy. Uh, this was an extremely difficult decision made following careful consideration and analysis by the leadership in order to best position our group's long-term growth. So again, you cut human people you have to pay, you get growth. Oops, did I say that?
Well, they're not going to go ahead and pay over 100 people to do their games anymore, and that's what they want. They want, like, a little bit of profit. They want really
Right.
mediocre games, and then all the other people who play it to actually fix it. Which I don't. I wish we had, like, now, and, like, I really do feel like playtesting should be still a thing. And, like, just say, all
I
right, well,
agree.
it's going to
QA
be on
definitely
early.
needs to be a thing.
Yeah, it still needs to be a thing, which I don't think AI will do very well.
I mean, heck, I don't think AI will do very well. And let's face it, how many times over the years have we uh, played a game that just came out that was supposedly QA tested to hell and back, and the overall gaming community finds something that the internal QAs couldn't find or wouldn't find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
unfortunate and sad.
I agree. And anytime you hear about people being laid off, it's sad. It's like I get it. They really overhired during COVID with all the uh, work from home situations that they allow themselves to do. But now we're on the back end of everything and seeing everybody that was given jobs over the last couple of years be pushed out.
Well, if I might share a kind of a personal anecdote, COVID kind of killed my entire. So I went to school for technical communications, which, long story short, like the industries that deal with that is mostly like social media, marketing, and promotion. And so while I was in college, a lot of the companies that I were looking at going that I was looking at going to had like, human resources, or no, not human resources, but like marketing and communications departments, public relations, all of that. COVID kind of killed that industry specifically because they figured out that you could just hire freelancers for that sort of thing. So that's why, like, when I say I do freelance for a living, yeah, I know some people scoff, but like, yeah, that's the entire industry now is just freelancers. And now with AI, it like, again, that's kind of like learn to use AI or get left behind. So it
Right.
sucks, but that's where I and a lot of my fellow grads in that major are now. We've kind of had to learn to adapt. So
It's like any new emerging tool, you either learn it or get left behind, as you just said there, Sammy.
yeah.
And hopefully people learn it enough where it's not this massive evil thing, which it definitely can be if left unchecked.
Mm-hmm.
But the last thing that was in the title for this week was furries in D&D, and honestly, it started with a video that up in my YouTube feed earlier in the week, and I just wanted don't know if we'll watch all of it, but I just wanted to talk about it at least a little bit and get everybody's take.
Banned at D&D tables the world over, ridiculed and laughed at online, hounded
You guys can hear
offline
that?
at their own cons by mic-wielding men with
Yep.
broccoli hair. These creatures
I can.
Did you, Jen, see? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can see it too.
It's one of those situations where Sammy, I had to see it, so you do too.
Yeah,
have been persecuted in every possible way. Well, the internet gave them a cruel.
Go ahead, Sammy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I noticed the pause there, and yeah. Unfortunately, I can see it, sir. What the fuck?
Again, my eyes had to be ruined, so do you.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I just can yiff somewhere else.
That's incredibly gay.
Nope, they're gonna yiff all over our D&D.
Name, a name that means half-formed, Quasimo. Furries. Furries have been in D&D from its inception, and yet they are simultaneously extremely hated and excluded by the community, with furry stuff remaining at the very top of ban lists for content DMs say no to at the table, but also extremely catered to by the designers with an impossibly high amount of options made only for them? Why? What's the story of furries in D&D? How did they get added into the game? Why are there like 52 furry options to play with in the game? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? And, most importantly, can we change that while satisfying both those that hate these options?
Did one of you gents say something?
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I meant to. What the fuck? It's getting disturbing, man. In general, I mean,
Again,
I'm not
like I
disturbed.
told
because
Sammy,
you're
I watched.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be kind of more disturbing if you weren't disturbed.
All I can say is thank
And
God
those
for.
that love them. I'm Antonio D'Amico, this is Pointy Hat, and we're going to
What, Sammy?
All I was gonna say is thank God for Sydney Sweeney.
Facts.
attempt just that in this brand new episode of D&D with a Twist, Furry Edition.
All the single furries, all the single furries, all the single furries. Now put your paws up.
There's this perception that furries are like this new thing in the game. Like in the good old days, only little kids with bowl cuts and 80s fits and like the whitest of dwarven men played the game exclusively. And then 5e happened and suddenly the gates of hell opened and like a girl touched a D&D book and furries raided the game and everything is ruined now. Which is a totally valid way of seeing things. Definitely very valid and very cool. The main problem with that take though is that it's how do you say not true.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
For as much as it may hurt some, furries and other cringe fest things have been a part of D&D from the beginning. D&D itself was a cringe fest for most of its history. Enough of a cringe fest for some wackos to believe it should be outlawed because, the devil from the Bible.
She's not a Christian!
Listen, I would love to do a video on the Satanic Panic, and at this point I will, because we're barreling towards video essay territory on this channel every day, but today is not that day. The main reason why that is not true is because, sorry if this is bad news, D&D has always had furries in it. This is not a 5e thing. It's not even a 3e thing. Want me to prove it? Fine. Tabaxi, which to me are like the poster boy of D&D furries, were added into the game, wanna guess? First edition. First edition of D&D had Tabaxi. Tabaxis are older than tieflings. They've always been here. They looked like this. I love early D&D art. It's like looking at cave paintings. So, if furries have not been covertly added to D&D in the last 5 minutes while I wasn't looking, why is there such a negative sentiment over them in the community? Well,
Because furries, at least the degenerate section of furries, is really, really fucking degenerate and really goddamn prominent.
And also, like, he's pointing out that, like, furries have always been, in the game, quote unquote. I want to point out that, like, okay, fantasy creatures that are anthropomorphic, that's not the same thing as a furry as we know it. Like
This is some LARPing on a whole other fucking level.
In
Yeah.
fairness, and I want to go ahead and say
You're
this,
not wrong, Joe.
in my first D&D campaign game, I played a racist Australian Khajiit in a Skyrim kind of a racist Khajiit in a homebrew Skyrim game. So I called people poofs, I called people cunts, I called everybody else like that. It was awesome. I loved it.
Okay, but there's a huge difference between
Little
what
Mort lore, the
Whew.
Go ahead, Joe.
it's a little different what D&D is, and I've never played that game. I'll have you guys know that. But even I know the difference between D&D and what these fucking freaks are doing now. There's a huge difference. This is LARPing, and it's like a real sexual thing for them. It's really fucking weird.
Also, like, wearing a full, like, fursuit, just, like, taking
gay.
all the... Well... Well, yeah, but, like, also after a while, like, wouldn't it get, like, super hot and super, like, uncomfortable and, like, sweaty and...
Yeah, but they're into that kink shit, dude.
Yeah.
I understand LARPing at a whole better level. At least the LARPers are not turning into animals mostly that I've seen. They're like castle characters, medieval characters, whatever they're doing. They're people in costumes of people. But these
Yeah.
are people with kinks in animal things, and they're acting like animals all the time. Just
Yeah,
for chicken giggles.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh. They identify as what they're dressed up as. Like 24/7. That's bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna identify as
Here's
a
an
good
easy
Halo
answer. It's
player.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I don't have another cigar for this. I'm not gonna lie.
because people don't like furries. People haven't liked them for a long time. I wish we kept up that energy for things. I remember when we thought that microtransactions were bad and we were mad at that, and now people are like willingly engaging with gacha slop in the open, like in front of God. That used to get you laughed at out of the room, but it's not as simple.
Yeah, fuck gotcha.
Is it? That will be a straw man. It's not that people just don't like furries. And here's when I have to give it to the haters a bit, because I'm a bit in their camp for this one. Furries certainly are not new to D&D, sure, but now we do have so many of them. I had an inkling that there were one too many furry species, and then I sat down to write this video, and oh my god. So, in true pointy hat fashion, and just so you understand the severity of what I'm talking about, we're gonna go through them. Let's see exactly what are the furries on offer from official D&D sources. Just to be fair, I have not added other furry stuff that is definitely on D&D Beyond, but is not officially published by Wizards of the Coast. If I had, we would be here until Christmas. I'm also not
My obligatory fuck Wizards of the Coast.
inflating this number. Probably should not say inflating when I'm talking about this topic for reasons. Anyway, I'm not trying to make this number seem bigger. I'm not gonna sit here and count stuff like centaurs or satyrs. No. Anthropomorphic animals only. Don't worry, it's not like there's not enough of that. You'll see. Ready? Let's go into the furry minds, baby.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want, with
Number 1, the many furries of D&D. If you thought the hat was gonna go through a numbered list as long as this one is, you don't know him at all. A. Arakocra. 2 A's at the beginning of the name. Methinks someone paid a premium to appear at the top of every list ever. Arakocra are bird people, or should I say eagle and parrot people. Yes, it is that specific. As a matter of fact, these are all super specific, you guys. They come from the elemental plane of air, where they're just people there, except genies are the people of the elemental plane of air, so...
A pause for a second.
Also, they're a relic from the TSR days. Even featheries date back to the first edition.
What was that, Joe?
Yeah, they're getting that from Egyptian mythology. They're not original with that.
Oh yeah.
That bird stuff comes from Egypt and Mesopotamia and shit like that. It's pagan,
Yeah.
pagan bullshit coming to light. And they've been doing this for a long time. I'm sure We just haven't had TVs the whole time. Some small sect of humanity has been doing this for a long time. It's just spread like a cancer.
Yeah, well, I mean, that happens. Like, Gen Z is now discovering, like, 70s soft rock, and now they're calling it yacht rock. And it's like,
They're
no, that's soft rock.
70s rock is soft rock?
Like the Doobie Brothers and, like, Michael McDonald. There's a whole genre, basically.
Okay, I can see that.
That's just called
But-
classic rock.
Yeah. Well, now they've called it yacht rock because they saw some YouTube.
No, Zoomers. It's called classic rock. We're not renaming it some stupid fucking name. It's fucking classic rock. Eat shit and die.
I hate to
yeah.
they call the original Chicago before Peter Cetera. That was good rock.
Yeah. No, they think that Chicago is yacht rock too.
That's fine. If I want to get a yacht and listen to that shit, I will, and I'll call it yacht rock too.
Well, they
I'm not
got to
rich,
be.
though. I can't do it.
Yeah, they got it because some YouTuber here in Florida, like, plays all the 70s music on his yacht, which is cool. But just because a YouTuber did it does not mean that you get to redefine, like, an entire genre and call it something.
Facts.
Well, yeah, they make
it
it
other fucking
too.
classic rock. If you don't like the name, eat shit and die.
Based.
True.
It's okay.
Indeed.
There's like a certain genre of music that I call butt rock, like Def Leppard and that kind of crap, like Guns N' Roses. That's butt rock. I can't stand that shit.
Man.
I'll have to send you Rick Beato's rant on it after the show. It's hilarious. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Edition of D&D. And there's not much on them. The males are said to be extremely prone to anger issues. Cool. Along the same lines of, why is this here? There's this throwaway line in Realm Space, that's a Spelljammer thing from 2nd edition, that indicates that Aarakocra are just super horny. Just massive flirts. And it also specifies...
Horny furry. Is that a fucking... Does that surprise anybody?
Nope.
No.
No.
What are they saying about Big
that
Bird?
this happens even if they're married.
What was that?
What are they saying about Big Bird? How dare you?
Yeah.
He was just throwing something up as an example of the type of bird, I guess.
Good to know that the bird people of D&D are fans of pineapples. The other thing that like distinguishes them is that they hold the title, bestowed by me, of the most banned species in D&D on account of them being able to fly. Flight is seen as this extremely powerful, extremely hated, and extremely banned ability for any species. If your species can fly, more than likely it's getting banned. A lot of people hate it, and a lot of people think that you're a bad DM if you ban somebody because they can fly. I'm somewhat of an enlightened centrist when it comes to this. I just find it kind of sad that that's sort of their claim to fame. That and being first on every list. Moving on. B. Dragonborn. Scalies rise up. Yep. This sure is one of them. A lot of people pretend that Dragonborn is not a furry thing. I fail to see how. Is it because non-furries like this one and they feel weird being lumped in? Cope. Embrace your cringe. What do you mean? It is a furry. Dragonborn by now are a D&D staple. They have become a core species, and they only get more popular with like every year. As someone that doesn't vibe with any furry aesthetic, sorry y'all, it's just not for me. I am flabbergasted every time I see numbers concerning Dragonborn. Like when Larian dropped the player statistics for Baldur's Gate 3, and Dragonborn passed not just dwarves, not just half-orcs, but tieflings? Dragonborn are the 4th most popular species in that game. What gives? What? My working theory as to why this doesn't work on me is because I lack whatever gene makes children like dinosaurs. I never with those as a kid. And I think that translates into my adult life, just not with this either. A question for the philosophers. I already made like a 1,000-year-old video on Dragonborn. Check it out if you can stand it. I can't. But basically, the gist of them is that they're Vulcans. They're structured in tribes. They care a whole lot about honor. They're collectivists. They care about the needs of the group before the needs of the individual. You get it. They're the proud warrior species. We have like 17 of these. I see Dragonborn as like the furry D&D community's darling.
So basically, Dragonborns are the commies of the furry community.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, that's lovely.
Good
Yeah,
Lord.
I've seen some like Dragonborn people, like when I was playing like D&D, like with that kind of look or kind of spiel, but they're not. I don't know. It just depends on the person who likes to go ahead and play them.
Everyone loves them. And through the years, I've noticed that they've only getting more and more pandering, which good. People like them. This sort of has culminated in 2024, just making them a core species and pushing them even closer towards actual dragon. Like their abilities give them flight, their breath weapon is better, they get tails. Dragonborn fans care about the tails an insane amount. It never fails to astound me as to why this was important, but it was really important to them. Congrats. So yeah, Dragonborn have never felt more dragony, and they've never been more popular.
Everything about Mint Mobile seems unreal, and now we're introducing.
By the way, fuck ads.
Also,
The GIF are just humanoid hippos. That's it. And yes, hippos. It is that specific. They're that, and they're a joke on like GIF or GIF. A joke that was published in 2022. Oh boy, I'm not joking. That is a joke that was published in the Spelljammer book in 2022. 2022 GIF or GIF joke. Gotta keep moving. Anyway, they're weirdly British coded. Like they have like the British naval uniform, and they have like the whole like so much of their art is like them in British military garb. It feels like halfway through a parody and something that I find very cute. Like to me, I checked with friends, and all these big animals do have British accents. Like if you tell me it's a walrus or it's a rhino or it's an elephant, I'm like, yeah, British. These are all Waiara animals. The other reason why they like military garb, though, is because they're often mercenaries. They don't really do the whole making choices for themselves. They like following orders, and that's it. So they're mercenaries, but not in the chaotic, just every man for themselves vibe, but more in the company of sellswords, very rigidly structured hierarchy vibe. They just like to get ordered around. Kinky. Their other signature.
So they're the cucks of the furry community. They probably sit in the cuck chair too.
Yeah,
of course.
just like every single British person.
I mean, we did throw their tea in a harbor once.
Yep. They got all in a ruffles. Oh, my tea, my tea. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we did leave our country once too.
And in hindsight, I'm glad we did because they have fallen far.
They've fallen far, and they no longer have freedom of fucking speech.
Oh, don't worry. New York won't have that either.
Thank fuck I'm in another state and not in the goddamn city.
I should not.
I'm glad you're not in NYC.
I should not laugh, but yeah, it's
depressing. I'm sorry. I hate to be the asshole who says it, but goodness gracious.
yeah.
I really hope it doesn't become like fucking Sharia law. Like,
Well, speaking of Sharia law, I've already seen snippets of speeches after everything was done on Tuesday into Wednesday, with people basically going on and on about the religion of Islam and blah blah blah, or taking over the city, blah blah blah. Yeah.
by the way, free Dearborn, Michigan, and fuck Islam.
Base.
Yeah. Also free Minnesota too.
Absolutely.
Isn't Texas having a big Muslim problem too, though?
Yeah, that's why they officially banned, like the whole state banned Sharia law.
Yeah.
From even being part of like any kind of local municipality.
Good.
Yeah,
I'll fucking do it.
yeah. Even Austin, which is like the liberal part of Texas, is like, yeah, this sucks.
All right, I'm not gonna have you guys or the audience sit through more of this furry shit. I just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit about it. What's more important is what the fuck is going on with fucking Twitch. Something that we would have talked about last week is the literal female on male sexual assault filmed on Twitch and only being banned for a fucking week.
I think I saw Asmund Gold had a video on this recently too.
But yeah, here we're gonna watch a little clip here and talk about it. And I'm sure I can, if I really wanted to, I could find other clips. But this is the main perpetrator, Nina Lynn, that everybody's pissed about, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Saeed, come here. I got you. Saeed, come here.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
He's 23.
No,
He's consensual.
no, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is.
He's not even saying nothing.
He likes it. Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't think he wants to.
Yeah, stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on. Hold on. Sit down.
Yo.
Sit down. Sit down.
You remind me of that one.
Yeah, there's more to this clip, but it's a quick 30 seconds of it. And if two men did this to a female streamer on Twitch, they would be permanently banned.
Not just that more, but if
Criminal charges.
yeah, not even that. I mean, all that would happen, but it would also be on CNN. We'd be hearing about it 24/7 on every news.
AOC would be talking about it in Congress.
Yes.
Nina Lynn banned on Twitch. No shit. Maybe she. Holy shit. Wait, this is a couple days old, but I know the initial Twitter thread that I saw earlier today was she was unbanned after a single fucking week.
Wow. So did we get like a lot? So did Twitch just shock you more?
Well, this is from the 30th, so maybe it is November 7th, so it might have been something out of date. Let me check.
How old is she?
I want to say mid to late 20s. Let me check.
I'm asking because Dan's not gonna bail her ass out then. She's too old for Mr. Clancy then.
She is 24.
Yeah, that's over the hill for Danny.
Facts. But yeah, it's absolutely fucking nuts that you've got somebody. Okay, no, it's just an older tweet that I pulled up. She did get unbanned after a week.
Oh.
So no live breaking news here, unfortunately. But yeah, it's fucking insane that a female stream. I again, sorry, I'm just frazzled right now. Why the fuck can Twitch not get their head out of their ass and enforce their fucking TOS evenly. They would get
Because that wouldn't be like really fair to all the thoughts that actually go there, or to the people that they have preferential treatment towards there.
Yeah.
Why would you want to treat them wrong? Why would you want to go ahead and treat them very, very quite wrong? I mean, treating them fairly? No.
being treated fairly would feel like oppression to these people at this point. I thought they wanted equality.
Well, not well. I mean, for all your complaints with Twitch more, I mean, YouTube wasn't that much better until like literally a month ago.
Oh, I know.
So, yeah. So this doesn't surprise me. I just can't wait. What I can't wait for is when Kong. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to rephrase this because, on the one hand, seeing all these meltdowns over the government shutdown is awesome. But on the other hand, the reason why I want the government to reopen is simply so that I can get the Twitch hearings. Because I guarantee you that Congress is going to have some serious questions about Twitch.
Right. And at this point, the Twitch hearings is one of the most important things that I want going on right now. I agree.
Yeah. Oh, me too. And I don't even stream on Twitch. I would if there were any reason to, but there's not.
It's to the point where these Twitch hearings, I'm depending on what time they are and what's going on in my direct surroundings, I might consider doing a live stream about them. I don't know.
I would join you on that.
And if I don't do a live stream, we'll definitely talk about it that week on the show on that Friday night.
Yeah. For sure. But
it shouldn't surprise me anymore, but somehow it still does, that certain groups of people get preferential treatment on Twitch and other left-leaning streaming sites. YouTube, which thankfully YouTube's trying to be better. Let's see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
I think it'll last for about 4 years, and then it'll go back to where it was.
You're probably not wrong there, Tim.
I mean, of course, they got like in a little bit of trouble with everything that went on this year. Now they're having to go ahead and back down a little bit.
Good. How about we don't censor people and let them fucking speak?
I hope so.
Because you know what happens when you let people speak? You'll learn what they believe.
Also, you can make fun of them.
That is also fun. Making fun of dumb people is absolutely hilarious. Speaking of dumb people, apparently Hassan Piker was in a victory party with Mandami over the last couple of days.
Yeah. Also, apparently, people are just now finding out that Hassan is like also buddy with Nick Fuentes, which like I knew that, but apparently a bunch of other people did not. So yeah, like.
Oh wow! Would you look at that? Controlled opposition. Wow. Who would
No way.
So yeah, I mean, all these people are saying that like, all these people who were thinking, well, that Nick was going to be Charlie's successor, and I know I've been on a rant about this on the Whitfield report, so I apologize. But Nick like was directly opposed to everything that Charlie stood for and vehemently said so. And yeah, like dude's obviously not a conservative. Like, he openly makes fun of like everything that the right stands for. And now he says that Destiny and Hassan are like two of his best friends. So yeah, I think more you and I are both more shocked that like other people aren't shocked by stuff like this.
That and you got the fact that Hassan and Destiny are, at least online, openly feuding with each other. But it wouldn't surprise me if they are legitimate friends behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, they're definitely legitimate friends. Yeah. Fucking
Faggots.
queers. Yeah, queers, poofs.
Watch that watch that get our new YouTube channel nuked. But oh well.
Fuck them, dude. Fuck Nick Fuentes. Fuck Hassan Paker. Fuck all these like weird, creepy people that always like seem to be always controlled opposition. And they're completely and utterly extremist. And also, fuck Destiny.
Who admitted to having CSAM on his computer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also while we're at it, I mean, Tucker said that video games were for losers. So,
The mainstream attacking video games again? No way.
yeah, well, I mean, Tucker trying to pretend that he's working class after like bragging about going to an Ivy League school. Not even an Ivy League. That like whatever the next level up after Ivy League is.
Oh jeez.
I went to a prestigious college. You see, I'm much more smarter than you schlebs.
Yeah, but I can't do.
But I'm still just like you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's literally Tucker.
I had my career gifted to me by my uncle, but I'm just like you.
And I know that I actually said schlebs, so I would say like schlubs and plebes mixed together. So schlebs. I think that's a pretty apt word. Yeah.
But yeah, that is everything that I wanted to cover this week, gentlemen. I know some of it wasn't in our title because we only have so many characters in the title. But after missing last week, we absolutely had to at least let's say a little bit about what the fuck's going on with Twitch because fuck Twitch.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Do you gentlemen have anything that you want to cover before we go?
No, not for this week. I have something that we might want to cover for next week, but you already know what that is, I think, more. So,
well, actually, there is one little side note, and it's more of like a sports kind of thing. I guess what happened was one of the Assyrian like Church of the East guys that was like the patriarch over in Chicago gave Pope Leo a Cubs jersey rather than like a White Sox jersey, and just wanted to go ahead and make fun of him because he hates the Cubs. But it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
Also, the Pope is not as based as we had hoped, which is unfortunate. So.
That's unfortunate.
Good. The Pope has never been based ever.
In fairness, I mean, I will say the Lumen Gentium kind of like announcement kind of did kind of suck, but whatever. But and also his like pronouncement not too long ago about the co-mediatrix as like not a great title because it does cause confusion under what the role of Mary was. I mean, I won't get into like the weeds of it. I don't think it's important for this thing.
You know who my Pope is? The Son of God. That's the Pope.
Yep.
Eh,
I hear
my-
ya.
Anyways, I know some good Catholics, so I'm not going to shit on them too much.
All right. On that note, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on and talking games and shenanigans with me. Thanks to the audience for joining, and hopefully we will be returning to all of our platforms, including YouTube, next week.
For sure. And by the way, coming up in the next couple of weeks, I may go ahead and give out some gift cards to YouTube exclusives.
Nice. Talk to everybody
I'm
next week.
going to grab that Xbox One. Somebody better grab it, or I will. And we want it for the viewers. Don't get
Yeah.
it twisted, guys. But if no viewers, then I'm gonna snatch them right up.
It's
Right.
it's only fair.
Talk to everybody next week.
Peace out, fellas.